Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Go ahead and take your seats. I know Deputy Lubinsky is always diligent in this regard, but I'm going to make sure that everyone understands. I have no idea what the verdict is going to be in this case. Zero, none whatsoever. However, some of you may be happy, some of you may not be happy. Do not, under any circumstances, express your displeasure with anything that's gone on in this during the course of this trial or with the verdict when it is rendered. If you got to think about things and say things, you can do that on social media or any other way you wish. But there will be no violence allowed in this courtroom. There will be no violence allowed in this courthouse. There will be no confrontation. No loud, obnoxious behavior. You maintain your civility, ladies and gentlemen, at all times. Remember, we are all human beings. We all must live with one another. And that is the way you're going to behave in this courtroom and in this courthouse. All right, any reason why we can't bring the jury back into this room right now?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Let's bring them in, please. Yes. Okay.
All rise, jury entering.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Go ahead and take your seats. I am given to understand, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that you have reached a verdict. Is that so? All right. Will the foreperson please hand the verdict form to one of our deputies? Deputy, somebody. Mike, would you go get that for me, please? Would you publish the verdict, please?
In the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit, Criminal Division, in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, case number 21 CF002938 A and B, Division W, State of Florida versus Travis Rudolph. Defendant, verdict. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 2, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 3, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 4, we find the defendant not guilty. So say we all, the 7th day of June, 2023, in West Palm Beach County, Florida.
Would either side like to have? Would either side like to have the jury polled?
No.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I, on behalf of everyone who is a participant in this trial, would like to thank you for your time and your consideration. I also wish to advise you of the special privileges enjoyed by jurors. In the absence of a court order, no juror can be required to talk about the discussion that occurred in the jury room. Our judicial system relies on juries for consideration of difficult cases. We recognize that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair so long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. The lawyers and their representatives are not permitted to initiate any communication with you about the trial. However, you may speak to the lawyers or anyone else about the trial if you wish. In the absence of a court order, you have the right to refuse to speak with anyone. A request may come from those who are simply curious or from those who might seek to find fault with you. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. I will add that I know that there has been a great deal of publication about this case. You need to keep that in mind. It's very possible you will be contacted by individuals. So keep those rights in mind that I just read to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also now going to pass out to you letters identical to those which I've given your colleagues, the two alternate jurors whom I excused earlier in the afternoon, or I guess it was morning. I would encourage you, please, to take the time. It won't take you more than a minute or two, well, maybe 3 minutes, to fill out those questionnaires. I do, as I said before, I do take them very seriously. I look at them. I have made changes in the way in which I conduct jury trials and the manner in which I handle juries and jurors based on those responses to those questionnaires over time. So please take the time to fill those out and then throw them in the envelopes that have been pre-addressed and postage paid for you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again. I know it's been a long time, a long process, and I thank you very much for your time, consideration, and work. You are relieved. All right, everyone, take your seats. It seems to me there are a couple of things we need to address, but I may be mistaken about that. So I'll turn first to Mr. Shiner. Is there anything I need to address so far as your client is concerned?
I think the court just needs to, I think the verdict was announced, so I think the court just needs to make sure the clerk documents it properly.
Okay, well, that will be done. You will, of course, yeah. All right, that's already done, as a matter of fact.
My client's also on house arrest. And
That's what I was thinking about.
I would ask him, I don't know how he gets off house arrest, but
Let me talk to the state about that.
Yeah, Judge, at this time, he would be released from house arrest
Right.
based on the verdict.
Okay, so he is not physically in custody of the sheriff's department, and that would be a different procedure. Now that he is on in-house arrest, do you know how he is taken off the monitor?
Judge, he would just need to contact whoever he's been reporting to.
Okay.
Judge,
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
he would just need to contact whoever he's reporting to, whoever he set up the in-house arrest with. And they would, either him or Mr. Shiner, have the ankle bracelet removed.
And Judge, I've had in the past where the situation happened and judges have ordered the deputies in the courtroom to cut it off.
I will not do that. All right, but I will authorize you immediately. Get on your cell phone right now if you want and contact whomever it is that's responsible for that and tell them that I have ordered that his monitor be removed.
Yes, sir.
All right, anything else
No, I'm mistaken.
from either side?
Judge, I'm going to file a motion, but it's not appropriate to do it now to return property, but I'll file that motion.
All right, very well.
Judge,
Anything else?
Is all the evidence to be returned to the parties?
No. The evidence is going to be kept by the clerk's office until such time as a motion is filed, particularly with respect to firearms. All right? All right, thank you. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Stay calm, everyone. Stay calm. And more importantly, stay safe.
Yes.
Yes.